Hi everybody, and welcome to the first day of class. As you should know by now, between my messages and my video, I'm Dr. Lisa Tuning. I'm your instructor for this class. I just wanted to touch base and give an official welcome for the kickoff of class today, and just go over what the assignments and discussions are for this week, as well as kind of like let you know where to look for the lessons, and just go over any basics for the first week of class. So if you haven't done so already, I strongly recommend that you check out the video where I go over the syllabus. I try to give you a thorough explanation of what the class is about, what the assignments are about, and what kind of the expectations are for this class. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me, and if it's a pretty general question, then I'll certainly answer it publicly so that the whole class can hear. In terms of this week, you'll see that there is kind of a lot going on, especially because it's our first week. There is a quiz that opened up this morning at 12:01, and it runs until tomorrow, which is Tuesday at noon. This is a quiz that corresponds to the first reading listed on your syllabus. After noon tomorrow, the quiz will close out, so to get credit for the quiz, you do need to complete it by noon tomorrow. So you should probably log in and make that your first stop in the course shell. Your second stop might be the personal introduction. That is where it's a discussion forum where I ask you to introduce yourself, talk about kind of where you are in your academics, and give us an interesting tidbit about yourself. I also ask you to upload a photo here. You can do it by going to the Personal Settings tab and following the instructions that I give in the discussion forum. This is part of your grade to upload the photo for this week because I think it's really important that we get to see each other so that we can put a face with the names and the stories that we're getting. There is a full value community agreement, and I ask you to basically, all you have to do is say I agree to that, and basically it just says that even though we're working in an online forum, we'll still use the same rules of respect that we would give face-to-face. There are also 3 lessons for this week. There's one lessons folder, so if you click in the lessons folder, you'll see a main lesson, and then sub-lesson A and sub-lesson B. I apologize for that. What happened is I created a main overall lesson for this week, but I'd already used those sub-lessons when I previously taught this course as a hybrid, so it seemed kind of silly to redo the work that had already been done. So you have a main lesson. Watch that first, and within that main lesson, I prompt you to go click to sub-lesson A or click to sub-lesson B. Most weeks will not be like this, but since the lessons were already created separately, I just kept them that way. That way they're kind of more portable. You'll also hear a guest lecturer on the main lesson, and that is my dog Sniper. She just couldn't stay quiet while I was recording the lesson, and I tried to re-record it too many times, and she just really wanted to be a part of this class, so probably about halfway through the lesson you'll hear her barking. That's just her way of getting involved. There is also one activity for this week. It's a pretty brief activity, but it sets you up for your final paper later in the course. So it's create your own organization, and I give you a whole bunch of prompts when creating your organization. And it corresponds to the lesson, so do watch the lessons first, but it's asking you to create a organization and think about it in terms of systems, how it is a system. So it's taking what you learned from your reading and the lesson and applying it to creating your own organization. How this applies to your final paper is that for your final paper, which you have in lieu of a final exam, you'll have to take this organization that you create and link it to the topics that we discuss throughout the semester to talk about how communication is used to get things done and what happens when there is miscommunication in a workplace. So by starting the creation of the organization now, you're getting set up so that it's just a little bit less you have to do when we get closer to the time for your final paper. I do, if you notice from the assignment sheet, give you the option of working in pairs or alone for your final paper. So what I would encourage you to do for this class is to either everybody just creates their own organization, and then if you wind up pairing up with someone later in the semester, you'll just kind of have to choose between the two. Or if you know someone coming into this class who you already want to work out with, that's fine. You can work together to create your own organization for this week, and just make sure that I know that 2 people are sharing one submission. I think that's about it. Let's see. Just have my list of things that I wanted to remind you about for this week, and I think that's it. You'll also notice the questions for the instructor or each other discussion forum. As I said in the introductory video, that's not mandatory. That's just if you have any questions. It's a great way to get in touch with me and ask me, and also throw it out there for your classmates so that they can answer you if they have the answer. Also, if you find something that is in the news and related to what we're talking about, or you feel like it's relevant to the class in any way, I encourage you to post the link there and open it up for public discussion for the class. So I will always be checking that discussion forum, and I just suggest that you all check it once or twice a week as well. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I noticed that a lot of you have already started in the course, and I'm really excited to go through the personal introduction discussion and get to know you all a little bit better. So have a great week, and I'll be talking to you throughout the week. Have a great day.